Amazing evening, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us. Another beautiful day for us to talk about things that they happen for inside Nigeria. It always sweets my belly to bring on all the to read and what they happen for Nigeria. My name is Precious Amy. Welcome to Update with Precious. Another day to talk about Nigerian matter. Well, today is going to be a quick one. We're not going to waste time too much. We could just get straight to the point. And Mecca just given us some headlines of things that really happen for inside the country. Extend hand of friendship to bandits. They have not seen city life before, just like Niger Delta grants them amnesty. Arewa chairman tells Tinubu government. That is Arewa consultative chairman tells Tinubu government. Oh dear, let's go on to other issues. Underpaid Nigerian soldiers shouldn't be expected to do their best in fighting terrorists. Do me now they talk this one. You know they pay them better salary. They won't charge them, make them fight bandits. I think won't use one. And then 3 farmers, commuter killed as bandit records as Benue records fresh herdsmen attack. That is armed herdsmen, Fulani herdsmen, armed one. Don't start again for inside Benue State. Another one. In fact, it's not, they know they ever stop. Now continuous process. Again, these are the people where they say extend hands of amnesty to them. Northern Christian youths decry rising insecurity, demand urgent action. And then bandits launch coordinated attacks on Kogi highways, kill soldier, vigilante as troops rescue 21 victims. These are the people where they say extend hands of amnesty to them. Now they kill soldier. Okay. All right, then. Let's move on to other issues quickly. Catholic bishop recounts St. Mary's abduction, says villagers saw heavily armed terrorists with pupils inside bush after vehicles broke down, but they couldn't dare them. And guess what? They talk, say no contact have yet with gunmen who abducted 315 pupils and teachers from Nigerian Catholic school. That's what the bishop will talk. They never contact them yet at all. So we don't even know what's the situation with them would be like or is right now. 21 passengers rescued after bandit attack on Kogi Highway. And then police capture kidnapped suspects linked to abduction of 10 villagers in Niger State. No ransom was paid for release of abducted school children. Senate spokesman struggles to tell journalists. And then Uniport student sentenced to death for murder of girlfriend. Remember that, incident then? All right. Troops kill dozens. In fact, our troops don't already right now because they give them basbo. Say they don't kill 57 suspects in 1 week. 57 suspects, terrorist suspects in 1 week. Then kill dozens of terrorists and arrest 57 suspects in 1 week. Defense headquarters, now they come out with this one. Awesome. Trump announcing his plan to permanently stop Nigerians and others from relocating to the United States. And then Edo State governor say, I not go resign. In fact, I go resign if Tinubu don't win 2027 election. I bet I'm not gonna vote for Amu. If you don't win, I go resign. Meanwhile, road construction workers in Edo State escape kidnap in Edo. The government of Okpebholo talk say na lie. Na lie. He say na lie. That kind of thing they have. So government refutes security scare. Say it's a lie. And then the governor says if Tinubu does not win 2027, I will resign as governor. Okay, now. Tinubu approves tax policy implementation committee, just in case you don't understand what it means. It means say, in the midst of all these things that is happening, be preparing yourself to pay that tax that Oga say we will be paying. Because right now, it don't approve the committee. We go make sure say they start to collect your tax from January. FCTA administration under Minister Wike restates ban on smartphones, says only touchlight phones allowed during work hours. In case you don't understand, that is the FCTA under Wike talk say, may nobody carry phone again come work. They don't want anybody carry phone come work again. The only phone where they permitted to carry a touchlight, so that you not come and be recording things anyhow, come and be sharing anyhow on social media. No. So anybody where they work for FCTA, no more carrying phone, only touchlight phone. Now you go fit carry. Why? You cannot come and be recording anything when our guy is talking. It's not good. FCTA Minister Wike revokes 1,095 property titles in Abuja over unpaid ground rent and others. And then EFCC summons ex-AGF Malami for questioning. Over what? You go, no, article 2027, nothing would stop ADC. Now, so article don't send the message to Tinubu like that. And then you don't worth Amaechi's attention. APC chieftain Eze slams Oshomole. You remember that comment Oshomole made earlier about Chibuike Amaechi? Well, that's it. Well, these are some of the headlines we will get this evening. And I'd like to say a big thank you to you for joining us and joining us in the studio. Now, our Friday, Sunday tonic, Prince Francis Chilaka. Prince Francis Chilaka, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening to you, sir.
Precious, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, sir? Your face is too straight. Is everything okay?
No, everything is not okay.
What is happening to your mental health, sir?
Nigeria.
Oh, so, but I used to tell people to protect your mental health now.
How do you protect it? Are you going to use plate? Are you going to use knife? Are you going to use gun? Or you're going to use stick? What are you going to use to protect it?
You will find a way to protect the mental health.
There's no way anymore. All the ways have been taken over by bandits.
That is, things are falling apart. Oh, things fall apart like this.
It has fallen, not things are falling. Everything has collapsed.
Hey, Boleke. Don't worry, when we give them bandits like Niger Delta youths now, everything will be fine. We'll give them.
See, let me tell you the truth. What has played out in Niger Delta, now, those guys are going to come back and it's going to be bloody. Yes. They're going to come back. I'll write it down.
What's going to make them come back now? If the
I just said they don't enter Uyo.
Which guys?
The bandits now. Are you not their promoter?
Hey, no. I'm not accept that kind of work. I beg.
I thought you are speaking on their behalf.
My name is Precious Enye, sir. Start with S.
It doesn't matter.
Start with S or G. Now, Precious Enye be my name.
Right.
I'll not be bandit spokesperson. So let's get straight to the point. First, I'd like us to look at the series of attacks. Bottom line, the Catholic school, St. Mary's Catholic School, where we say children, what to make that incident very painful now? Because say primary school children follow for people where they kidnap like this. So little children, only God now how they fear right now. And then the church or the bishop, they insist, say the people will kidnap them till now, never reach them, never get across to them. So we don't even know what their faith is. We don't know whether they're okay or they know they're okay. And then he, of course, explained the situation that they kidnapped them and then how the villagers, you see them for bush and all that, but they could not even accost them when their car break down. They don't even fit meet them. They don't fit tell them anything, make they know for attack them because then they don't get anything. And now, in the midst of all of this, more attacks don't continue because if you look at the news, where BC will get this evening, there was a coordinated attack on, bandits launched coordinated attack on Kogi Highway. So 21 passengers, including women and 9-day-old infants. 9-day-old infants were rescued on Thursday after bandits launched coordinated attacks on multiple vehicles along major highway in Kogi State. Not be seen at one. That is, then go highway, begin do their thing. However, we hear that 2 security personnel, a soldier and a vigilante died. Now, these people, we don't cause this death. Now, they would prepare amnesty for. They were confirmed dead in the fierce gun battle that followed. It was reported that no fewer than 100 bandits laid siege to vehicles traveling in different directions across the ever-busy corridor around 2 p.m. yesterday. Among the targets were so many other cars targets. I can't start explaining that. Passengers were reportedly forced to flee into nearby bushes as gunmen attempted to abduct occupants of the vehicles. Now, a security analyst, Zagazola Makama, confirmed that a joint team comprising operatives of, I think, 12 Brigade Nigerian Army, Quick Response Units, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, local vigilantes, and hunters swiftly mobilized to the scene and engaged the attackers. Meanwhile, the rescue team successfully secured 21 passengers, one by one, even though say some people feel don't want along the line, but this is not a good job. Meanwhile, our defense headquarters talks is so far, they don't do a lot of work. 57 people now they don't arrest, and they don't keep plenty bandits. Can't arrest 57 people. So how you see this renewed energy from our military, and based on, they're very impressive to hear say passengers face attack, and we get the military quickly come to their rescue to, face off with the bandits and ensure, say, they repel them and rescue passengers.
All right, let me start from the beginning, from where it all started. Maybe that will help us to understand where we're headed now. If you recall, the Kebbi State governor came out loud to say that before the school was attacked, that there were military posts there, and that 30 minutes before the attack, they were called off. And up till today, as you're talking and I'm talking, nobody has been held accountable. Nobody has said who called off the security men. It has also gone into the Senate, where Abaribe, and I think is it Beko, so one of that senator, they're also asking questions. But something interesting caught my attention. And that is what Abaribe said, that the Senate president does not want them to discuss issues about this banditry, about the kidnapping, about this terrorism, about the Christian genocide. And that really got me worried. Worried in the sense that how can a Senate that are meant to represent Nigerians, so to say, the so-called Senate president would want to dictate to other senators what to say and what not to say on the floor of the Senate. In other words, the Senate president does not realize anymore that they're all equals. A senator is a senator. There's no difference. But the only difference is, just like the Nigerian people have given up their sovereignty to the federal government, the other senators have also given up their sovereignty to the Senate president. So the way the federal government is addressing and treating the issues of Nigerians is the way the Senate president is treating the issues of other senators. So it becomes very worrisome that we have a Senate that certain issues should not be brought up. Certain issues should not be discussed on one hand. And then on the other hand, you have terrorists, bandits, Boko Haram, X-Men, who have become more daring. Earlier this morning, I was watching a video where any of the names I've mentioned was warning those who are traveling by road. He said, if you're traveling by road, if you want to travel this Christmas, go and take a plane. If you're traveling by road, pray your car does not stop on the road or break down. If your car breaks down on the road, we catch you, you enter into the bush, whatever you see, you take. It is wonderful. That we are a situation where, non-state actors threatening everybody. Non-state actors are holding sway. I'm happy that the Senate are talking about, let's legalize arms. Nigerians cannot defend themselves. But if these bandits can come out on the broad daylight, coordinated attacks on travelers, nobody is safe.
We can barely hear you. I think something is wrong with your audio. We can barely hear you, sir. Okay, yes, better now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's better now. Go ahead, sir.
So I'm saying that if bandits can organize a coordinated attack on travelers, we're talking about travelers. Now we know that they have tried to attack in Rivers State. We hear that they have gone to Akwa Ibom.
Now, Bayelsa, that thing happened if you're talking about what the job boys did to them.
Okay, Bayelsa. We hear that they've gone to Akwa Ibom. That are trending, that we see people running up, trying to escape, and they said, oh, they came to Akwa Ibom State. I think they even talked about whether they kidnapped some people. It's really, really worrisome. Now, but in all of this whole thing that is happening, this that is happening, you still find the army, there are dissenting voices in the army. There are those soldiers who are complaining bitterly, and then there are those who are doing everything they can to curb this menace. So I would want to say kudos to the Nigerian army if they are decimating them, and then they should sustain it. But I also say that I am surprised that the whole Senate president could open his mouth and say that, this new increased attack by the terrorists or whatever they want to call themselves is as a result of what Donald Trump said. It's so childish. So sometimes I ask, what is it that the Senate president really wants? Why does he always talk in such a way that tomorrow he will not say, oh, I was misquoted, I was misrepresented? So for me, I feel a lot of pain. That's why when you started that, why am I looking this way? How can you kidnap children? Kidnap children, and nobody has reached out. Nobody knows their state of mind. What about these children that have been kidnapped? What about their parents? How do you think they're surviving each day? This is madness. And those who got released, the excuse given by the Nigerian police, the excuse given by the Nigerian government is so childish. It's so painful. And yet, we don't seem to have any headway at all.
All right, sir. So make we quickly go look at, amidst all these attacks really happen, more steps still they will never even look at. Northern Christian youth, for instance, they talk, say the insecurity don't too much. Say they don't tire to they die every time. That is the youth waiting for Northern Christian youth. They have complained a lot that they're tired of dying, that this whole thing should come to an end. And then we hear that the Benue State too, for Benue State, 3 farmers don't die. They were gruesomely, when you hear gruesomely murdered in fresh Fulani herdsmen attack on Gilim Ashi village, a settlement along the Naka Agigbe road for inside Egwe, West local government area of Benue State. This latest attack is reported to have triggered heightened tension and fear in the community and nearby Naka. This will be the headquarters of the local government area. So another attack again for Benue State. The bandits, they their own different too. Then the Fulani headsmen, the ones where they armed, they their own another place. So so you go even know who be who. But now so back to back attacks they happen. But then the chairman of the Arewa Consultative Forum, Bashir Dalhatu, don't tell the Nigerian government to extend a hand of friendship to bandits and grant them amnesty. In talk this on for inside an interview with Arise Television today, Friday. He made reference to amnesty granted to Niger Delta militants, advocating the same for bandits. Now, if you recall, this is not the first time any northern group would reference the Niger Delta amnesty for the amnesty. When they want request of amnesty for the terrorists, they always quick to reference the Niger Delta amnesty. Now, he says, I remember very well when there was an amnesty program in the Niger Delta during the chaotic times, and it was worked perfectly. And I saw him talk. He said they were giving amnesty, they were sent to school, came back and became integrated into the system, and they are unable and they are usable products and citizens of Nigeria today. That aspect can also be looked at in terms of the North. That I had to talk, say the majority of the bandits have never had access to education or what the citizens enjoy. So they never even come city before. He emphasized that the government, while extending a hand of friendship to them, most of the bandits have not had the opportunity to go to school and have not had the opportunity to actually even enjoy what what we ordinarily do enjoy in the cities, he said. So it's just for the government to probably, while extending hands of friendship to them, but also make it quite clear that they are doing it illegal. That is, as they give on this amnesty, not gonna know say they illegal. What's on a walk? That's one I do an illegal walk. And then those that are caught in the process are punished. Now, so he talk. Make I take your reaction to this conversation, sir.
No, Precious. Northern leaders are very wicked. They're very wicked. Yes, the Northern leaders, they're very wicked. They They're very wicked, they're very unpatriotic, and they do not understand. They pretend not to know what they're doing, but in the real sense, they know what they're doing. When you talk of amnesty to the Niger Delta, we know the Niger Deltans. We know who they are. People knew what they were agitating for. People knew their houses. People knew their parents. People knew them. They were there. They were not going about leaving the Niger Delta and going to the north to kidnap people or kill people. So this is why I say that the northern elders and the northern leaders are wicked. You're asking us to give amnesty to who? To people who have chased away people from their ancestral homes and turned the owners of the ancestral homes to be living in IDP camps? The people who you see killing people just like that, collecting ransom and killing, where do we begin to, put them side by side? Where do we begin? If from what he's saying, to show you how useless that man is, how uninformed he is, how stupid that man is, for him to say that they have never visited the city.
He said they've never enjoyed. Most of them don't know what's in the city.
What pressures between you and I? What are we enjoying from the government? Yes, what are we enjoying? We work our ass out. We work Monday to Friday, even Saturdays, to make a living.
Me, they work Sunday too sometimes.
So what do they want?
My rework.
Why are the governors who have been collecting allocation, why are they not beautifying the states? These are same governors who travel to Dubai, they travel to Qatar, they travel to Europe. They see the beautiful things in those places. Why not replicate it in their states? So why would you want to blame others for your own failure? You talk in terms of leadership in this country, the North has held it for a long time. What did they do for the Northerners? How I wish that these bandits were even kidnapping the Northern politicians and Northern elders, and insisting that they develop the North. So because they have never visited the city before, so they should kidnap people.
So
they should collect ransom.
Say that's demand, that the demands of waiting they need and all that. Nothing. So if you see their governors, they in the position to don't do for them already.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
So nobody should talk about amnesty at all. There are two different things. Let us stop deceiving ourselves in this country. See, it has come time, the time has come when we need to sit down and decide whether we really want to be Nigerians, whether we want Nigeria to exist. All this patch we're doing is not helping this country. So when they talk, why is it that the youth, the youths in the East, why are they not being reintegrated the way they are reintegrating the ones in the North? Go to the Southeast now, the whole Southeast, you will not see youths. It's either they're in prison or they have fled from the state. Why are they not being granted amnesty? Well, we keep, dancing to the tone of the North. The North is behaving as if they own the country. They don't own this country. We all are equal owners, we're equal partners. So the way some of these northern elders are talking, they're talking gibberish. They're talking rubbish. And we need to tell them to themselves, to their faces. The lack of education in the North, is it by the federal government? Is it by the governors? What the schools Jonathan built? Why are they not using them? Why did the governors not continue to ensure that they go to school? These bandits know what they want. It's not about amnesty. If they want amnesty, they should talk to their state governors. They should hold their governors and their local government chairmen accountable. That is where to start from. And people like, is it Bashir or whatever they call it, these are people that nobody should give attention to. Because what they speak from their mouth is rubbish. So if you grant them amnesty, all those that they have killed, what happens to them? All those that they have taken their ancestral homes, what happens to them? All those that are suffering in IDP camps, what happens to them? People are saying forgive and forget, but nobody's talking about the bruises.
All right, sir. So another angle to the conversation now, waiting and do me talk, when talk say, make you expect Nigerian soldiers where they underpaid to do their best in fighting terrorism. And people feel that, wow, that it's time we talked about that, really. Senator Ali Ndume, representing Borno South, don't express concern over the poor remuneration of Nigerian personnel and security agents confronting insurgency and banditry for the north. That is those ones who basically fight insurgency. In fact, generally, all of them, their salaries they bad. Civil servants, generally, if you weigh their salary to the cost of living for Nigeria, they add up at all. So I see me they talk for channels yesterday. Ndume lamented that a private in the Nigerian army earned 50,000 naira monthly only until the recent review by President Bola Tinubu, which increased the salary to 104,000 naira a month. Now, he argued that the revised wage remains grossly inadequate given the enormous risk security operatives face daily. How can you pay someone 50,000 or even 100,000 and expect them to give his best? That's what the senator asked. So he went ahead to say that a private in the American system earns over 2,000 US dollars monthly. But our men are being asked to die for a country that does not equip or pay them properly. Ndume even went as far as saying that if they go feel reduce the budget of National Assembly, carry some of the money put for security, saying no mind. And people say, I got serious with this matter. But why most people they talk say why why Nigerian politicians then they remember the amount with them they earn as politicians vis-a-vis the amount with other countries they earn and the allowances with other countries they make them say they look at reducing their allowances. However, this is what Ndume said, and a lot of people think there is a lot of sense in it because we expect person will be never chop belly food to go do in best go fight war, even though that is actually the real situation where we see most of our fighters in day to day. But I take your thoughts, sir.
Precious, why do you think you have as yesterday the police said they have recalled 11,000 officers who have been busy protecting VIPs. So why do you think you have 11,000 officers protecting VIPs in Nigeria? It's because of the largesse that comes with protecting these VIPs, because of what they benefit from protecting these VIPs. So we all know that the political class do not care about the plight of the ordinary Nigerians. You saw what happened between government and labor when they were talking about minimum wage. And when they finally set the minimum wage at 70,000, immediately was set at 70,000. What happened? Petrol still went up. Cost of living went up. So yes, I think it is even high time we scrap the Senate. It is high time we scrap the Senate, or we begin to do pay as you go with the Senate. Because these guys are earning so much and I'm doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So it is high time we begin to think of letting them go. But unfortunately, yes, when the ones who have who can speak, most times you follow the proceedings in the Senate, you find out that even the Senate president does not allow some people to speak.
I want to ask you whether you hear that confrontation between him and Sirake Dixon the other day, because they are trying to commend the president. I don't know whether you heard that argument between him and Sirake Dixon when they were trying to commend President Bola Tinubu. But Dixon says that it's ill times, that with the kind of thing they happen for inside the country now, this not be the best time to begin sing praise.
You know that from the very day that the Senate sang on your mandate will stand, that is the day they sold their heart and soul to the presidency.
I am actually saying this because of what you mentioned the last time, that Abaribe said that we should not be discussing insecurity, we should not discuss this. So, but it is easy for us to request that we recommend or commend the president.
You know, psychophancy has no barriers. And then psychophancy becomes a problem when those you expect to know to do the right thing are the ones spearheading psychophancy. Just like your lawyer, your judiciary gathered. And while the president was talking about the fact that, you know, you guys should operate on your own, you guys should give Nigerians, you should be above board, what did they start singing? On your mandate we stand. So our national anthem, which Mr. President foisted on Nigerians, has been thrown to the dogs. So that's the problem. The problem is that you have leaders who do not think well. I mean, it's just like when all this while that Trump talked about coming to Nigeria, and the Nigerian government has been all over the place criticizing it. You know, we know, you know, all of that. Up till now, Precious, as you are talking now, the National Security Advisor have not told Nigerians the deal they entered into with the Americans. But what they are saying is the fact they are saying what they think they understand, but what the Americans are saying are different. But this is your same president who wanted to invade Chad, Mali, and Burkina Faso because military took over. He didn't see it as a crime.
As a matter of fact, Guinea-Bissau don't do their own now. And you know what? Yeah. We hear saying that the president is himself now called the military to even come take over for Guinea-Bissau because the opposition was winning him in the election. I mean, Jonathan said that himself. Jonathan covered the election. So now the president now call, as in don't they lose the election. Now call, and then guess what? The person where they make the junta head, now ADC.
So you can see the kind of leaders we have in Africa. Greedy, selfish, self-centered.
So make the scatter instead of you not to win.
Exactly.
Because you fear being probed or something.
So it's a big problem. And unfortunately, when our leaders talk, they forget themselves. They pretend not to know what they have said now and what they said yesterday. So for me, what Ndume has said is top-notch. It is top-notch. You can't be paying the man protecting you. You're living in a very beautiful house, fully air-conditioned, you know, you have a fleet of cars, and you're paying the man that is meant to sleep outside and protect you 50,000, and you think he will protect you. He will sell you out. So if you check the amount of money these bandits make, and if the boys around them who are ready to lay their lives down are not making enough money, do you think they will lay their lives down? So it's not about asking the army to employ 20,000, police to employ 30,000. No. It's about the one you have. What are you doing to improve their lifestyle? Go and check the barracks where your policemen live. You'll be ashamed. Go and check some of the military barracks. So when people talk about leadership, Africa is backward. And Nigeria, that is meant to be in the forefront to lead Africa, has never been blessed with good leadership.
All right, sir. Let's quickly move to other issues very quickly because we're not spending much time on today's show. Moving into other issues, we've talked about the 21 passengers that are rescued. We also hear that police capture kidnapped suspects linked to abduction of 10 villagers in Niger. I don't know if you understand those villagers that were abducted in Niger. By the way, the Senate spokesperson Yemi Adaramodu today on Channel Television explained that no ransom was paid in the release of the children. And that even when the presenter pressed further and said, okay, so you cannot tell us no ransom was paid, and then you can't show us the suspects you arrested, you can't show us evidence of gun dwell or something. He said, you see, the army cannot tell you everything that they do. They have their own tactics.
Precious, hold on. There was no gun dwell.
You said the army did things the way they did.
The bandits, the terrorists, those who kidnapped them have come out to say that they released them based on negotiation with government. I'm sure you saw the video where they were questioning the children. When they were asking them, have we molested you people sexually? They said no. Have we used any bad word on you? They said no. He said, okay, look, we are releasing you not because of the force of the government. We are releasing you because we are discussing with government and we have struck a deal with government. So don't trust your government. Go and trust God. That's what they said. So the federal government should stop, trying to take credit for what they did not do. And there is no way you would have, you first of all, the spokesman to Mr. President said that they call the bandits. Bandits? You have those children? And yes, we have them. Oh yeah, now Mr. President said you should release them. All right, we'll release them. And you want us to accept that. So in the last few days, between the presidency, the Senate, the service chiefs, everybody has been trying to explain, to convince Nigerians how those children were released. Nobody paid any money. I mean, nobody shot anybody. Nobody got arrested. And that is where people are asking, how do you treat somebody who kidnap people with kids' clothes? You don't arrest them. You don't kill them. You don't collect their arms. And you believe that they will not kidnap another person tomorrow? If in their mind, the deal they claim to have struck with you does not work out. The government has chosen the path of propaganda. And that is why those guys made the video and put it out there. Let me also tell you, there's a video that is circulating showing that in Kwara, the church where they went to, that more people were killed. That more people were killed. There was a massacre in that church. And the person who put out that video said, this is what the government does not want the people to see. So the government needs to be upright with the Nigerian people. The Nigerian people are not asking for too much. Like I keep saying, all the Nigerian people are asking for is that their government carries them along, their government be sincere to them, their government be honest to them, and their government be proactive in dealing with issues that involve the ordinary people. That's just it. So this story everybody's putting out everywhere every day. I mean, if government has said the truth from day one, they don't need going about trying to explain anything. People will understand it as simple as ABCD and move on. So please let them stop playing with our intelligence.
All right, sir. So let's quickly visit our brother in Edo State. But before we get to him, we did hear that construction workers working on the Auchi Igara Ibilo Road for inside Akoko-Ado local government of Edo State have reportedly escaped kidnap. Now, the state government today, Friday, rather denied the allegation that the police officer attached to the Edo State government house was involved in the unlawful transfer of firearms. Okay, yeah, they denied that. I mean, that incident was yesterday, but then they denied the allegation. Okay, and then on the kidnap attempt, the attack on the construction workers reportedly happened less than 12 hours after Governor Okpebholo declared war on kidnappers in the states, with the setting up of a joint task force for that purpose. And we heard that the suspected kidnappers were said to have been repelled by soldiers attached to the workers in the place. Now, at the same Edo State, we then kidnap a man and a wife. Where the man and the wife, they cry for their hair. As you saw that video, the man was saying his wife is pregnant. I just pray to spare their life. Make they don't end up like Oga Achi own. I just pray. But in the midst of all of this, the Edo State governor say, say if anything happen, President Bola Tinubu no win election for 2027, say he could just resign. So the state governor said he is willing to resign from office if President Tinubu fails to secure victory in his state. That is, if Tinubu no win in state for 2027, say he will resign. He took this one for an interview with AIT, and the governor declared, say, the All Progressives Congress now dominates Edo political landscape and face no real opposition ahead of the next general election. So they say, no, nobody did there. No opposition did there at all. I been make I take your feedback sharply. So people don't they talk,
Yes,
say, see people talk, say, there's been like a resurgence, too much bombardment of insecurity since income office. So people come talk, say, now because of say you leave your work, abandon your office, go they do campaign work when campaign never reach. Oga, come back so that we'll go solve the security situation for inside our state, sir. Go ahead, sir.
well, the first thing first is that whether he's going to resign or not, how is he sure that he's going to win his own election? Let us start from him. How is he sure that he will win?
No, he don't already win now. And then they do another election till Tinubu enter second tenure. You don't understand. So now making him resign his own.
So, no, see, let me tell you the truth. Right from the Okpebholo has always been talking about, it started from 2.5 million votes. Now he has raised it to 3.5 million votes.
Okay.
So the man is calculating that between now and the election, that the voters will have increased, and that only everybody in Edo State will vote for Bola Tinubu. He must be high on something that is very cheap.
Hey, sir?
He's intoxicated. The man is intoxicated. The man is living in delusion. He doesn't understand the reality on ground. Does he think that without the rigging of election in Edo State, orchestrated by Adam Soshimole, does he think he will win the election? If the Supreme Court did not give judgment to him, will he be governor? So, the thing is, they say power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. That is what we're having now. You have a man who does not understand what leadership is, who was not even prepared to be a leader, who was not prepared to be a governor. So what do you expect? That is why he has left governance. And everywhere you see him is campaigning for 2027. Is that not a shameful thing to do? And you think that the people of Edo State will fold their hands and close their eyes and repeat what happened in the last election? They will not. It is because of fear of 2027. That is why everything that is happening, APC government, rather than focus on the issues, they are focusing on politics. In the midst of all this thing that is happening, your president has appointed Hope Uzodinma as the ambassador for the New Hope. In the midst of all this thing that is happening, the wife of the president is inviting the senators for sumptuous meal. That shows you where they place you and I and the ordinary Nigerians. They have no regards for us. Because if they have regards for Nigerians, nobody in power today should be talking about 2027. Rather, they should be talking about how do we cope what has befallen us as a nation and as a people. That is where the focus of government should be. But no, your so-called politicians, all they're thinking about is how to come back to power, how to embezzle, how to steal and run, grab it, snatch it, and run. That is all they think about. And that is why in Nigeria you find out that the minimum wage is nothing. It cannot afford anything for you. If you're on minimum wage of 70,000, what betide you if NEPA or PHCL or what Disco or whatever name they call them decide to put you on band A? You will now realize that yes, khaki no be leather.
All right, sir. So Nigerians, phone lines are open. Please let's have you jumping on the conversation as fast as you can. 08170294077. That's the number to call. 08170294077. Now, I don't know what I remember after the I'm not a fool incident with our FCT, gallant FCT minister. Well, after that incident, he may stop the FCTA workers from coming to work with their phones. Oga is serious about it too, because again, he don't reiterate them. Say may they no ever carry their phones come near work at all. The only thing we made them carry come na touchlight phone. any phone will go feed do all those recording, they no go fit carry and come work. A lot of people they talk saying that abuse of saying they overreaching and saying they abuse in office because you no go fit tell civil servants, give them condition how they go use come work. The fact that you're the minister today doesn't mean that you'll be the minister tomorrow. So would you like to react to that, sir?
There's nothing to react. We all know that Wike is power drunk, and Wike understands the fact that he's always misbehaving. So he does not want his nonchalant attitude to be shown up. But you are not right. There is no code of conduct that says you should be the one to dictate what people should not come to work with their phones. How about if they have emergency in their homes? How do they reach their families? So these are things, when these people talk sometimes, you just ask yourself, what kind of ogogoro do they drink? What does it take? Unfortunately, Nigerian leaders see themselves as demigods. They believe that they will never die. They believe that they can never be removed. They believe that they have come to stay. But power is transient. And until people begin to realize that you are here today does not mean you'll be there tomorrow. We have seen it happen. It will still continue to happen. Unfortunately, the Nigerian political class don't ever learn. And they're not learning. And they don't want to read history. And they don't want to read history books. They will learn the hard way, seriously.
All right, sir. So let's quickly so another one, you don't revoke a lot of lands, so 1095 land property or property titles for inside Abuja because they no pay ground rent. So he really means business and he's working hard. But in a separate, conversation, the EFCC don't invite Abubakar Malami. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, sir?
Well, I saw Malami coming to Facebook.
Yes.
Coming to tell Nigerians that he's been invited. And I just laughed. I said, oh, suddenly he realizes that Nigerians are his constituency. See how shallow-minded your politicians are? When they're in power, they don't remember the people. They don't interact with the people.
What game do you think he's playing? You know that he's with the ADC now, and now part of those that the city no go ever return. So what lesson do you think is about to be taught?
Now he understands that the people have power. So that is why he ran to Facebook to tell the people, they don't invite me, they don't invite me. But when he was in power, did he remember that he had a Facebook account? Even the phone number was changed so that those who were close to him before he became minister couldn't reach him. But that's the thing. The life of most Nigerian politicians is deception. And unfortunately, the people fall for it because the people have refused to grow. The people have refused to move forward. The people have worn the cloth of gullibility. So let him go, not answer EFCC or DSS or whatever. But I hope he will also tell us why they are inviting him. If not, in Nigeria, I will go give him an invitation. They'll come bundle you from your house now. But they don't give him an invitation. They tell the people. If they tell the nonsensical people when him be abandoned, they invite them. So that many people come carry placard for them tomorrow. I beg. Second base, I beg.
So the third base, ADC is moving. They say they feed your junction next. Atiku Abubakar, they talk that one. They say yesterday the ADC train made a stopover in Jalingo for the unveiling of Taraba State Secretariat of the coalition party. There is no stopping the ADC. It is heading your way. This now direct.
No, Precious. To be honest with you, I am happy that the ADC is picking up because we need a formidable opposition. I'm happy. I don't care who's spearheading it. But the truth is that we need to have opposition in this country. Without opposition, it's going to be a walkover. So I'm happy that, yes, ADC is, sitting up and moving on. And even El-Rufai has finally joined ADC formally. So everybody is now waiting to hear from P2B. Where does it stand? Is it Labour? Is it ADC? But for me, we need to have a formidable opposition to be able to give President Bola Tinubu a run for his money, a run for his tenacity, a run for his strategy come 2027. We need to. I support everything APC is doing, ADC is doing.
There
I
are people
support it.
who are alleging that the ADC is also another northern political party who does not want a Christian to be president. That's what people are alleging. I have a guest here who has alleged that. He said that he don't. So I mean, a Muslim Buhari ruled for 8 years. Tinubu came back again as a Muslim ruling. Why not allow a southern, not even a southern, at least a Christian candidate this time?
Precious. You know, sometimes there are some arguments people make, and when my co-analysts make it, I just feel that they're just being economical with the truth. The Southerners, you saw the Christian Southerners that you're looking up to. How many of them are coming out to challenge this current administration other than P2B? Mention another person. Mention another person. So the Christians you expect to say no, we want to have power. Where are they? Where are they not talking? Why are they hiding? Because most of them have been settled. You heard what they said. You had the revelation about PDP when they said Wike told them that the only way to have peace in PDP is that if they don't put up a candidate for the election. Is Wike not a Christian? When we talk about genocide in Nigeria, who are those in the forefront saying that there is no genocide? Are they not the same Christians? Have you not seen your men of God coming out to tell you there is no genocide? The one you have in the knucklehead you have in what do you call it now? In Benue State, Father Ali, did he not come out and tell there is no genocide, that they're living in peace? Did he not come down to say that? Is he not a Christian? The Christians you're looking up to, precious, they are not ready, they are not worth it. And that's the truth.
Sir, you said the Christians you're looking out to are not ready. So no Christian candidates, they
are not ready. Well, maybe P2B that is a Christian that is coming out. Don't you see how the Christians are kicking him? The Christians are gathered to protest against Jonathan. Where are they? Are they all dead? Are they mute? Have they gone blind? When the Muslim ticket came up, was it not the same Christians that supported it? So what are we talking about? I mean, when you leave those people, leave the wedding day.
So because of that, it should continue. So in the whole of the no, sir, sorry. In the whole of southern Nigeria, there is nobody worthy to be president. And in the whole of the Christian faith, there's nobody worthy enough to be president.
Precious, I asked you a question. Even though you are the host of this show, I'm asking you. I said, mention them.
We have a lot of them now.
Well, mention one.
Donald Duke, not be human being. Chibrike Amechi, not be human being. What do they talk about now? We have people with impeccable records. Donald Duke.
Why are they not coming out?
Okay,
have you asked yourself why they're not coming out?
Has come out and call. Peter being called. At least nothing they don't be on the record right now. So
we are saying this. I said the one that has come out, is it not the same Christians that are pushing him down? With everything that is going on in this country, precious, compared to what happened during the time of Jonathan. Compared to what happened now. The people behind, wait, precious, calm down. The people behind the failure of Jonathan, the people that make sure that Jonathan did not win the election, are they not Christians? Are they not pastors? Are they not GOs? No. Where are they? That's the question I'm asking you. Where are they?
The point is there are also Muslims who are also against their own Muslim brothers. But do we hear Muslims come here to say that Muslims are not worthy to be president since they're not ready? That's the point I'm making, sir.
I am saying, precious, I am not saying Christians are not, but I'm saying that the Christians we have today, they don't have the balls to come out. They would rather prefer to have a Muslim ticket again.
Nigerians phone lines are open. Please, we have very limited time. I'd like to say a big thank you to you, Adrian, for the super chats. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so immensely. All right. Phone lines are open 0817029407. That is the number to call. Let's see if we can jump on some calls before we wrap up the show tonight. 0817029407. That's the number to call. WhatsApp alone, or you follow the link on the pinned post. The link will bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. Good. Otumba T. Why Danjuma? What's going on? Can't watch the face. This one you block up everywhere. We don't hear you. We as your face off, as your eye blind. Sorry, your eye, your eye deaf, your eye waiting. As soon as they see your eye born, that's when they hear you, sir.
You dey hear me now? Good evening, Precious. Good evening, Prince.
Which one were you vexed like this? Like senior Mopona?
No, I did vex. I did vex very well. I did vex very well. I did vex. Nigeria don't tire me. Prince Chilak, Prince Chilak cannot even help me. He even saddened me because the way they analyze the thing they talk about, honestly, Nigeria don't go. Nigeria don't go.
You no go. We get hope.
Nigeria, where is the hope now? Which hope? Where's the hope?
I don't understand. No be today Precious become APC woman leader.
They don't take your lights. They don't take your light. As you just want to speak against me. Oh, the Lord, the answer and the fire. You know, see,
I'm not fire now. Inside you.
Put that come over the studio.
Precious, you bad though. This year. When make you help us send this fire to Nigeria now?
You see, answer, they don't take your lights. The Holy Ghost fire in my voice take your lights. My voice give you buzz. You there, dear? If you carry touch, see me, sir, no problem. Make I allow you, make you set your touch light well. It's okay. Then and a band A you do, he they pay band A, they take your light. What see why that you make I let you talk first. You see that's Nigeria's band A.
you know.
You understand where we are.
I said they don't take your lights. You wanted to talk about me and my village people. You see, Ndoki people don't joke with them.
Now they kill in a fun Ndoki. Even the people who don't drink go, they go forget their life.
My ancestors came through for me one time. I said just
now go now. Then drink and I put it up. Now the drink when they drink, now they shock them.
They just grab your mouth. They hold on. They say, if we can't hold you, Tinubu, do your wonders. Collect the light back. Tiwa Danjuma, welcome. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Precious. I did watch one Fulani herdsman will go enter somebody farm.
Mona, leave me now. I deliberately don't want to play all those things now. Me self, they protect my own mental health sometimes now.
As he carrying cow enter the person farm. Now the person just lifting hand. I don't know what thing he do. Now the Fulani man begin roll. They roll. That's why they roll. They go. Within gone, just the roll. So if like say Nigeria go begin, this is a good business for native doctors. We want for the portion. I think
they hold their own jazz.
Huh?
You say that they only want bar for the portion. They want
they pursue them now. But this one, I think that genuine native doctors, because we don't pray now. You know, God they take before you answer prayer. God they give grace. But I think we be like say we begin use native doctors. I'm telling you, so that you know the thing where people can't stand since they cannot carry gun. The next thing, nobody could prevent them from going to patronize Babalawo. I'm sorry, I'm saying this here. You know, because jazz they pass jazz. We have to use whatever you have. You know, you can't stand and be watching people. They go to kill people. They go to maim people. They go to rape people. They go to destroy people's farms, destroy people's lives. Those communities should do whatever possible. If you cannot arm yourself, you cannot stay and watch yourself to be slaughtered. You must do something. You cannot be waiting for Trump to come. The government is not ready, is unable, is incapable of solving this situation. All this one what they do because someone from outside is putting pressure on them. and they suddenly realize that there's a possibility that something will happen, and that will take food from their mouth, because there are people who are depending on this insurgency to make money. It's a whole lot of money. It's a multi-million-dollar business for some people.
People
So
say that
they will
the first arm of government now.
yes. So they will resist and they are everywhere. They are in government.
How did we become so, is it complacent, that we allowed them to grow? Because it started one day. If we had nipped it in the bud, if we not grow rich like this, how did we become so, whatever, to let them
Yes,
grow?
because the strategy of Al Qaeda, which is worldwide, was underrated. No, Sub-Saharan Africa never ever anticipated that they are going to have such an upsurge, and that you're going to have a mutation of this insurgency all over. It's a strategic plan. I mean, if you listen, if you go and play the video by late Dr. Obadiah Melafia,
Yes.
which even Fanny Kayode, put out there. If you go, you would see that this is a strategy that is planned. It's not accidental. What we're seeing, but we underrated.
You don't understand my point. How did we have a government that this strategy still worked? And again, let's look at it. The influence or the whatever it is that is going on. If you tell me, say, those powers that be past the original indigenous people of Nigeria, we want Nigeria to stay and they safe. How is it that the point I'm trying to make is that our own politicians, because of greed, keep quiet and allow evil to happen until it festers this long?
No. The point. Did you listen to Dati on Arise?
Yes,
yes, anchored by yes. Did you also listen? There's a pastor, I can't remember his name now, that appeared on Adeola Forum. Speaking.
Yes, you go help me. You go help me finish in the next 2 minutes. I have a catch to flights.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that the whole basis upon which the APC government came into position is because there's a structured agreement that they have to acquiesce to what is happening now. So what we're seeing now is something that is planned. That's why the president is incapable. He can't do anything.
The point again is that, well, it's okay. I understand. I totally understand. So the point is, you're still taking me back to my conversation. They possible make rats from outside infiltrate your house that much. If the rats were inside house, no go tell the rats where they outside, say, come on, see where they happen for inside this house. So that's the point. And why did people let us down like that? Greed. It is as simple as that. Let's not water it. Our politicians were greedy. They became complacent. They became whatever it is they were, and then they allowed this to fester for their mind as long as they chop their own first. But it has eaten too deep. How would they go back now? They just make noise at National Assembly because they didn't feel, say, Trump, they won't do want to make it be say their name no come out, or make them no confiscate their property, make it be say them talk out. That's just why they're talking. It's not because they really even care. They know. They've always known. Prince Francis, I can make her take your parting shot, Jerry, make her pack my load, they go.
No, my parting shot is simple. Whatever is going on.
Assalamu alaikum. The way you use greeting back.
Whatever is going on, we all are going to be experiencing it. We all are going to take it, no matter what happens. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality we're faced with. We're faced with greedy, selfish leaders, and the greed and selfishness is catching up with everyone. Unfortunately.
Thank you so much, Princess Chilaka. Let's do this again tomorrow, Sunday, please. I may call on you at any time. Make a begin begging in front of Igwe Madu. I may call on you at any time on Sunday to join me. Kindly do well to oblige me, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem.
Your reward on earth, no day for heaven, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, Nigerians, that's the size of a package tonight. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. It's always a pleasure to have you guys. You know that, right? I'll see you again tomorrow evening with Dr. Anosike, hopefully. And then I'll see you on Sunday. I keep seeing you every day. I want to mark 1 year of being live every day unbroken. If I manage to do this after 1 year, maybe I could finally employ somebody who could do on my behalf sometimes, because I don't believe that I'll be on air every day, sometimes twice a day. every day. And I've done this since the 1st of March till today. Let's see how far I can go if I can push this to exactly 1 year. Every day unbroken, I've been on air at least every day, not recorded, live every day. In spite of it all, I'm going to give that gist to you guys when the time comes. But at the meantime, to protect your mental health. And I know I love and I will worry less about Nigeria. Worry a bit. Be careful. Watch your back. I love you. Good night and God bless you. Thank you. Bye.